Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Ava double-crosses Agent Kate's. Lies that John ordered Sonny's plasticivo switch. General Hospital, GH. Spoilers reveal that John Jagger Kate's, Adam J. Harrington, will regret getting tangled up in an alliance with Ava Jerome, Maura West. Ava has proven that she only looks out for number one, so John is mistaken if he thinks she'll show him any kind of loyalty. Just look at how fast Ava threw away her friendship with Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, for a chance to get closer to Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. That plan obviously didn't work out very well for Ava, but it proved exactly the kind of person she is. If Ava would cast her bestie aside like Nina meant nothing, then she'd turn on John in a heartbeat. The show may be gearing up for a twist where Ava frames John and turns him into her fall guy over this placebo situation. Valentine Cassadine, James Paddock Stewart, is the one who first ordered the pharmacist to change Sonny's meds to 1/4 of their usual strength. GH fans will recall that Ava discovered that change after taking some of Sonny's pills, and growing suspicious when they didn't do much of anything. That led to Ava having the pills tested in a lab, which might be important. Ava could point to the lab test results as proof that her story about not ordering the altered meds adds up. Why would Ava have Sonny's pills tested to see what was in them if she launched this plot? That's the question Ava might pose to Sonny, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, and the cops if need be. Of course, Ava ultimately blackmailed the pharmacist into giving Sonny full placebos, but she's covered her tracks in a clever way by convincing Kate's to get rid of Clement, Philip Cass. That may backfire on John if Ava points the finger at him and claims he is the one who ordered Sonny's placebos. Ava might pretend that John confessed his plot after she discovered the pills were only at 1/4 strength. Perhaps Ava will insist that when Sonny wasn't going off the rails fast enough, Kate's told Clement to go full placebo and later sent him away to hide his own trail. John will inevitably dispute all this, but he's going to look awfully guilty, especially after the way he was provoking Sonny of the courthouse not too long ago. Now John has made the pharmacist connected to this case vanish, so he may land in some hot water. Ava told Jason that Sonny had another mysterious enemy who was behind the pill swap, but she refused to divulge a name and acted like her knowledge was the only thing keeping her alive. However, there should come a time when Ava indeed offers a name. And once she does, will that name be Agent John Kate's? Ava doesn't know Valentine was ever involved, so it makes sense for her to pin it on John and try to direct Sonny's rage at another target. Our predictions hint that John's life could be at stake, so stay tuned for updates on the disturbing news ahead. General Hospital spoilers say Ava may throw John under the bus to save herself in the end, so don't miss her devious move. Ava Jerome had always been a master of deception, but this time the stakes were higher than ever. The dimly lit room in Windermere was heavy with tension as she paced back and forth, her thoughts racing. She knew she was about to make a dangerous move, one that could either save her or seal her fate. But Ava was nothing if not resourceful, and she was ready to play the hand she'd been dealt. Agent Kate's, the no-nonsense WSB operative, with a reputation for getting what he wanted, had been on her trail for weeks. His investigation into the mysterious placebo switch at the Corinthos compound had turned up nothing but dead ends, until now. Kate's was convinced that someone on the inside had orchestrated the switch, and Ava, with her connections to both the criminal underworld and the upper echelons of Port Charles society, was his prime suspect. But Ava had a plan. She would give Kate's exactly what he wanted, a name. But not just any name. She would point the finger at John, the man who had been both her ally and her enemy in the twisted game of power that was Port Charles. The truth was, Ava didn't know who had ordered the switch, but she wasn't about to let Cates know that. If she could convince him that John was the mastermind behind the whole operation, she might just be able to walk away from this unscathed. The door to the room creaked open, and Cates stepped inside. His piercing blue eyes locked onto Ava, sizing her up. "You've kept me waiting, Miss Jerome," he said, his voice cool and controlled. "I hope you've got something worthwhile to share." Ava stopped pacing and turned to face him, a calculating smile playing on her lips. "I always have something worthwhile, Agent Cates," she replied, her voice dripping with confidence. "But it's going to cost you." Cates raised an eyebrow, clearly unimpressed. "I don't negotiate with criminals, Ava. You either give me the information, or I take you in. Your choice." Ava's smile faltered for a brief moment, but she quickly regained her composure. "You're making a mistake if you think you can strong-arm me. I know things, Cates, things that could bring down more than just a few players in this town. But I need protection, and I need assurances that I won't be the one taking the fall for this." Cates crossed his arms, his expression unreadable. "I'm listening." Ava took a deep breath, knowing that this was the moment of truth. John ordered the placebo switch. He wanted to undermine Sonny, to make him look weak in front of his enemies. It was all part of his plan to take control of Sonny's territory. Cates narrowed his eyes, studying Ava's face for any sign of deceit. "And why should I believe you?" "Because I've been working with John," Ava lied smoothly. "I've seen the way he operates, the lengths he'll go to in order to get what he wants. He's ruthless, and he won't stop until Sonny is out of the picture. But he made a mistake. He trusted me. And now I'm willing to use that trust against him." Cates was silent for a moment, his mind processing the information. If Ava was telling the truth, this was the break he'd been waiting for. But if she was lying, it could all blow up in his face. He had to be sure. "And what do you get out of this, Ava?" he asked, his tone skeptical. "Why betray John now?" Ava's expression hardened. "Because I know that once he's done with Sonny, he'll come after me. I'm not stupid, Cates. I know how this game is played. I'm just making my move before he can make his." Cates considered her words carefully. Ava was a known manipulator, but there was a certain logic to her story. If John really was behind the placebo switch, it would explain a lot of the inconsistencies in the case. And if Ava was willing to testify against him, it could be the key to bringing him down. "All right," Kate said finally. "I'll look into it. But if I find out you're lying to me, Ava, there won't be anywhere in Port Charles you can hide." Ava nodded, relief washing over her. "You won't regret this, Cates. John's dangerous, and he needs to be stopped." As Cates turned to leave, Ava allowed herself a small, satisfied smile. She had done it. She had planted the seed of doubt in Cates' mind, and now all she had to do was sit back and watch as the pieces fell into place. If everything went according to plan, John would be the one facing Cates' wrath, and Ava would be free to continue playing her own game. But as the door closed behind Cates, Ava's smile faded. She knew she was walking a tightrope, and one wrong move could send her crashing down. John was not a man to be underestimated, and if he found out what she had done, there would be hell to pay. For now, though, Ava allowed herself a moment of triumph. She had outwitted Agent Cates and set the wheels in motion for John's downfall. But deep down, she knew this was just the beginning. The real challenge would be staying one step ahead of everyone else in the deadly game that was unfolding.